Hello, my name is Martin. I'm by the Gods of Science Fiction, and this week we're going to be talking about 1977's Logan's Run, the TV series, on Could It Come Back? And we like to go into the thing of what if they did do a season 2, or did it go on? It was cancelled after 14 episodes. There was, I think, 4 episodes written. 2 were scripted, 2 is still unknown. I have the 2 episodes, and this is where we will be starting Logan's Run Season 2. So, it started off, William F. Nolan wrote a book in the 60s, which the book is full of plot holes and how society would have been created, don't make any sense. But at the time when I read it when I was younger, I thought it was awesome. But I always thought the film with Jenny Agutter, Michael York and Richard Jordan was far superior. And a few years after the film, we got the TV series. And I have to say, out of the 1970s discotheque and spandex and crazy storylines, Logan's Run was definitely one of my all-time favourite TV shows. Now, I do have this on DVD, and Warner Brothers, I would like you to release it on Blu-ray. So, in this episode, we're going to be talking about where would Logan's Run go in Season 2. So, quick recap, we're going to be going over the scripts for the 2 scripted unmade episodes, which I'll start now, and then we'll make the story up as we go along. So, welcome to Could It Come Back? After the episode Stargate, when Logan and Jessica save the world from an alien invasion, there are our intrepid heroes with Rem and the solar car flying across the desert, and they come across this other land. And this episode would have been called Guardians. Our travellers suffer damage to the hovercraft and take refuge with a commune of farmers. They learn of a nearby fort has a hovercar too, and the personnel there also have something the farmers want. They don't know what it is, but it seems to give the fort light power to run the machines and other luxuries. The farmer they don't have. There's been regular skirmishing between the 2 factions for some time. A foray into the fort by Logan and Rem reveals that it's an old missile base which escaped being hit in the Holocaust. And the precious thing the garrison is protecting from the enemy is still an armed nuclear missile, which they will defend to the death. When Logan and Rem fail to return on time, Jessica leads the farmers in a raid on the base, causing the base commander to hit the button which starts the launch countdown on a missile that could begin another Holocaust. Both factions must work together, led by Logan, to stop the countdown and find a workable peace. Now, I think how this episode it would have been Rem who would have stopped the countdown because he's an android, and also dismantled the missile so it couldn't be used. So that'd be interesting. So after that situation, there were 2 more episodes. The Thunder Sentinels, nothing produced on that. And then the Peacemakers. Now that sounds interesting. Nothing on that. And the Playground. And this is the only other episode. So in this episode, our intrepid heroes are shooting across the desert. And they come across the playground. In this episode, Logan, Jessica and Rem are shot at by robots when they approach a facility designed to raise children. The only problem is that these children act like 7-year-olds, but look to be almost 20. Something has gone very wrong. Now, obviously there's some computer controlling this upside down sort of situation. Logan, Jessica and Rem, because Jessica had a way of bringing out the best in people, and the situation, they would have solved it. But I would have led it a couple of years ago. Some runners turned up and they had a map to Sanctuary. There was a map, and it does exist. Sanctuary will exist in this storyline, and I'm going to go into that in a minute. So let's move on beyond Playground. Welcome to season 2 of Logan's Run, and this is what could have happened. So after a shootout between Logan and 3 Sandmen, Logan takes out the 2 Sandmen and catches Francis. With help of these other people that helped, Francis is called back to the City of Domes. He's told that there's problems back there by the High Council of older people. That's what I so loved about this series. the older people, but we also find out they're just servants of the computer intelligence that runs it all. And they're chosen from certain people for the skills to grow old and sit on this council over the city and get to know the truth. But they are all conditioned not to turn against the computer. That's why Sandman can go outside, go back in the city and not just run off, because they're all brainwashed. There's like this thing in them. So Francis put in front of the council. He's told, if you fail this time, you're going to put on carousel, we're going to erase your mind, and we're going to make an example of you. You failed, and we're putting resources in. And Logan's like becoming a legend in the city, and they're actually starting to have civil riots in there, and the Sandmen have been putting it down, and runners, people have been trying to get out more of the city. Now they've sealed all the entrances off, but now there's riots in the city. Logan's becoming a legend, him and Jessica, and we'll jump to where Logan is right now. So we're halfway into the second season. Francis got one more chance, and Logan's driving along. They're getting to this mountainous area, and it used to be Yellowstone Park, and they find a city. It's sort of inside a mountain, like in it. No, well, actually, it's inside a valley, and it's sort of protected. And the car gets frozen, and these people come out, and they've all got Sandman weapons. They've found sanctuary, and it's these runners, and it was created by somebody over 100 years ago who had a way into the city, but he got stopped, so he created this society. Now the Sandman that runs it, who did a runner called Ballard, he ran 100 years ago, no, about 80 years ago, and he's feeding on the young people. Something happened to him, and he's feeding on them all to keep himself alive. And they're making out of this benevolent society, and they know about Logan because they've just got in the ways. And Logan starts seeing the two-tier society in this with runners, and he's feeding on them, and he is a dictator. So, and he wants Jessica. So Logan meets the resistance, the people that are trying to stop this to something like that, because they've all escaped from City of Dawns, and this Sandman who something happened to him feeds on other human beings to survive. And Rem sort of like, it all comes out, he's got some sort of backdoor access into central computer, so he can know certain things, and he knows about the council because he was offered a place on it, and he did a runner. He was the one who started the sanctuary thing and got the runner movement up, but he's not, he's feeding on them all. Sandman, and 3 of them get killed except Francis, who gets put in front of this Ballard, and he says, why don't you come and work for me? And you know, I know you are, because I have access to certain things in the City of Dawns, and I was the one that created the runner movement. And I know there was an episode where they did meet this runner, but it was before him. He's not important. This is Ballard who created this situation. So Logan figures out the truth. He escapes from his cell with Rem, and there's a big fight, and he kills Ballard, and Ballard grows really old really quick, and it's all that 70s technology and plastic and disco light and spandex flying about everywhere. Loved all that, great. And Francis is there, the other runners are there, have lived there, have got families, and he's going, you can't expose this to City of Dawns, you know. And Logan says, it's like they've got a telepath there from another society, because other people from other places turned up there. Francis is sat in a chair, and the telepath looks into Francis's mind, and she tells him the City of Dawns is run by old people in another dome. And Logan just freaks out. And the whole thing is just been a lie, and there's going to be more. So Francis can't go back because he's failed, and they'll come for him as well. So Francis he says, yeah, all right, it's not right, I shouldn't have been, but I believed in the system. And Logan says, it's a murder society, we can't live like this. We have to go back and put a stop to it. And some of the runners in Sanctuary are against it, but Logan says they will come with me, and some of them go, we'll come with you. Now Logan on his journey has made certain allies and friends with certain societies, and he gets a couple of them on the journey back to the City of Dawns with Red and Jessica. Logan gets certain people, he gets a small force together, and they head towards the City of Domes. And this is the first time Rem is actually going to go inside. And now I know they go back in the episode Carousel, but they find a way in. So they get into the city. Jessica contacts the Resistance and the Runners, and there's more uprisings. Now Carousel has been increased, and the Sandmen have ruthlessly been putting all this down. And Logan, he gets into the city and he gets caught with Francis, and they get put before the council. Meanwhile, Rem is in the City of Domes, and it's Carousel, and everybody's going into Carousel, and Rem is dressed in robes, and the Walking's dressed in the Carousel clothing. And just as it's all about to start, Rem rips everything off, and he stands there in the middle of Carousel, and the whole city sees him. That's it. That is the moment it happens. Logan planned all this, because like they've never seen an old person before. Rem, can you imagine that scene? He just rips it all off, stands there in the City of Domes on Carousel, and the council offer Logan power, and he says no, and it comes out that the council are just servants of the AI. It controls it all. Now it comes out that the city was built to protect humanity, and at some point it was meant to open up and repopulate the earth because technology. The City of Domes is the most advanced technological society in the world on the earth, even though other societies have their own weird ultra technology. The City of Domes has the accumulation of the human race, all of it. And the AI became self-aware and decided to run society how it should do, and the council can't turn on it because they've all been conditioned not to turn on the AI. And Logan goes in there, and it takes holographic form, and it offers him power. And Logan says, no, I'm made to destroy you. You've gone against your proper programming. You weren't meant to do. You weren't meant to create this society. It wasn't meant to be like this. And there's sort of a battle of wills and Logan, and the end that Logan fires at something in this power core here, and it shuts the computer down, and then Rem comes in and reprograms it. And that's it basically. Francis and the Sandmen, even when the Sandmen, when they see Rem stood there, even they're questioning everything. And that's the end. That's where I finish it on a hopeful note, where Logan and Jessica and Rem stand on a balcony overlooking the domes, and it's like, this is where the new human race will start. We're going to bring the worlds together. It's like a bigger thing, you know, because the City of Domes, it wasn't meant to be like this, meant to protect the human race. So that's how I would have finished Logan's run. I love the scene with Rem at Carousel. That would have been the moment everybody turns, you know what I mean? So that's it really. I will see you on the next episode. Please give this a like, please subscribe. It definitely helps the channel, and I will see you on the next video. Live long and prosper.